Hey everybody, it's Tony and Sage.
Happy Valentine's Day, everybody.
Listen, we just want to reach out this week and remind you what you already know, and that is no matter how stressful your life can be, whether it be the economy or kids or your business, ultimately what makes you feel alive is love. Love and passion together.
We're incredibly passionate about this subject, and love is something that you certainly just don't take for granted and something that you consciously create every moment, every day of your life. And we're proud to say that we have 12 beautiful years together. Yeah. So we're just here to share some fun tidbits with you.
So it's actually our 12th anniversary, and one of the things that we found is we meet couples, and very often people say, you guys seem like, you're newlyweds, or they'll ask us, did you guys just get married, which we're really proud of after 12 years. But it's not a matter of time that makes that difference. If you're single, one of the reasons that people find themselves in a relationship that they're unhappy with is they're filtering today's relationship through the past. And one of the things that we've done for anybody we're going to help is get you to clear the decks of the past and step into who you're with right here and right now. That can start to create a difference. Because in the beginning of a relationship, what were you willing to do for that person? Anything, right? Anything, whatever it takes. Now after a few months or a few weeks or a few years, all of a sudden you're saying, would you take out the trash? And in the beginning you're like, whatever you want, the trash, I'm happy to do it for you. Now it's like, what do I look like, your janitor? So learning how to be able to create that aliveness again and not filter your partner through an old story is one of the most important things you can do to have a passionate relationship.
It's true, in that the love and the passion, that intimacy happens in this moment. And this moment that's transpiring right now is the only thing that's real. So giving your partner the gift of living in today and living in this moment and creating something that's magical and beautiful from this place, there's no greater gift.
I also think that if you think about it in the very beginning of a relationship, the very things you're most attracted to, very often when the relationship goes bad, you reject the things that you loved. In the beginning, you may have been very, enticed by this person because they seem very mysterious and quiet, and now you're pissed off that they're quiet all the time. Or in the beginning, you thought, wow, I love them because they had so much energy and passion. They just took over the room, and now you're like, why do they have to talk all the damn time? Don't they ever shut up? But one of the things that happens in relationships is if we don't realize that what we're attracted to in the other person that we think is so different than us is just another part of ourselves that we're not actively utilizing. And if you don't use your partner to trigger that awakening inside yourself, eventually you resent them because you resent that a part of yourself is being shut down.
And I think you both have, certainly when we first met, there's little crazy pieces that drive each other crazy, but to shift those to actually appreciations. And one of the gifts we certainly give each other is rather than having that irritation, to actually be humored and to be playful about it. So it just breaks the pattern and creates, just brings an aliveness and a playfulness to the relationship.
You like the fact that my wife needs to have, 9 hours of sleep and eat about every 15 minutes. Doesn't
the fact
bother me
that my
anymore.
husband only needs actually 4. And I beg him to go to bed at night. After 12 years, that's still something that transpires in our daily life of our relationship. Me begging for sleep and food.
Yes, I know. But anyway, here's our point. If you want to have an extraordinary relationship, it really requires you to get outside of yourself. We all know that. When you really fall in love with somebody, it is really about what can I do for you versus what are you doing for me. The end of a relationship is when you're evaluating what they have done versus what you've done. If you've got a scorecard, you're on your way out. And that doesn't mean it can't be turned around. The heavy of relationship can be eliminated when you step into that mode of giving. And interestingly enough, when people are attracted to each other, though, you don't have these problems. Because when people have that sense of attraction, that energy, that sensuality, that sexuality, what happens is you have filters. You laugh about things that you'd be upset about before. So all the research that we found in our own lives and literally the hundreds of thousands of couples we work with is we can tell you all these things we're talking about, but ultimately you need more passion. Because lots of couples actually have love, but they don't have the level of passion they want, and there's an emptiness, there's a missing energy in their life. And so for us, the secret is really to unleash that again. And so part of what we did on our 7th anniversary is we put together a program called the Ultimate Relationship Program, humbly titled, of course. But it really is the best of what we've learned working with hundreds of thousands of couples, literally, and taking couples from the place of the end to turning them around. Taking people that could never find the right relationship, that are single, saying, all the good ones are gone, and showing them what was going on inside themselves, that when they change that, they're able to immediately get the relationship that they really want by becoming the kind of person that they're looking to attract in their life. Anyway, we created it. It's done on 8 DVD videos and 8 audios. And you can listen to one a week for 8 weeks, or you can listen to one a day, literally for 8 days if you're an immersion person like us. And we think you'll find it fun because it isn't just us talking and sharing with you what to do step by step to either create the relationship you want or revitalize a relationship, but it's really about love and passion and the little triggers that change it all. So I know sometimes it's like, will it really be valuable for me? So during Valentine's Day, we're doing a little special where you can try it risk-free for $15 for 30 days, literally $15. Listen to it, watch the whole thing, and if you don't like it, send it back. But we know it'll be life-changing for you, because whether you're married or single, you're going to see real people in real life we're working with and watch the changes and then see what they're like a year later, 2 years later when we follow up to show the differences. So we're really proud of the program, and it seems like the ultimate Valentine's gift you could give yourself or somebody that you really love. But along the subject, though, the next few days we'll send you a few videos that we've done over the last few years with some triggers and some tools, just our little gift to you, whether you do this or not. But we hope you'll look at relationship as something you want to master, not just dabble in. It doesn't just come naturally. Great relationships don't interrupt you. They've got to be pursued. They've got to be created. They've got to be protected. And you've got to keep that passionate part alive. And for those of you that are worried about the economy, which many people are, an interesting study came out from the National Bureau of Economic Research. And they found out by a 2-year study throughout North America, people of all kinds of belief systems and backgrounds, that couples that were having regular sex, to them that was twice a week, that was the equivalent of a $100,000 increase in income in terms of happiness. Literally, couples that were stressed out, if they just increased their sex life, couples that went from once a month having sex to once a week having sex, it was the equivalent of $50,000 of additional income. So if you can't change your income real quick, you could do this a lot quicker. You could have the energy there real quicker. And then there's the health benefits.
There's so many health benefits. It was fun when we were exploring this, actually. There's one through CNN that they just did a recent study. And actually, having sex up to twice a week, it's equivalent of burning, ladies, 50 calories. And over a month's period of time, that's like a 7-mile run.
It's 3 times a week.
3 times a week, yes, 3 times a week.
Of course, the guy's going to point that out. But it's the equivalent of 7 miles of running.
Which is just extraordinary. So I don't know how many of you would rather, I don't know about me, but I'd certainly rather a bed over running shoes. So it also increases your immunity, your active target cells in the body up to 30%. So there's just so many, health benefits and gifts, never mind creating the intimacy and playfulness in a relationship.
For men, you have a 50% less chance of having a heart attack if you're having sex regularly twice a week.
That's amazing.
And by the way, this doesn't work the same for yourself. For those of you who are thinking creatively, I don't want the complexity of a relationship, because there's the bond of love and passion. So most guys don't need any encouragement on this area. I think that somebody once said that women need a reason to have sex, men just need a place.
And also the gift of Valentine's Day, if you think about it, it's a day when, you put your focus on your lover and, you're romantic, and the thoughtful notes and the kindness and the intimacy or the lighting the candles or going for dinner. All that love doesn't just happen, and it's created by the magic of that awareness and giving each other that gift on a daily basis rather than just one day a year. Our hope for you is that you take this gift and you can implement even a few of these distinctions, that you can create that aliveness and that connectedness and have a loving life, or in love life for a lifetime. After 12 years for us, and many of you I know that are on this path, whether it's just in the beginning or after 40 years, love can be given and ignited in a moment. And same with passion.
Happy Valentine's Day. Hope we haven't overwhelmed you with just talking.
Sorry.
As you can see, this is off the script. This is how we operate. This is how we roll.
It is indeed.
Love to you. Wishing you the greatest blessings in your life. Happy Valentine's Day.
Happy Valentine's Day. Take care.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.